The phone buzzed on the kitchen counter, its screen lighting up in the dim glow, scattering jagged shadows over the half-eaten dinner plates. My chest tightened, my heartbeat slamming hard against my ribs when I saw the name flash across the notification. Clara, not now, not tonight. Sarah's fork halted midair. Her eyes flicked toward the glow of the phone. "Who's that?" she asked, her tone smooth as silk, but carrying an edge sharp enough to draw blood. I forced a smile, my pulse pounding in my throat. "Just work," I lied, flipping the phone face down on the table. Her gaze lingered, heavy, searching, full of quiet accusations. I knew then she'd be checking my phone before the night was over. The air in our small apartment thickened, as if even it stopped to listen. The refrigerator hummed softly, a constant, droning noise that only made the tension inside me coil tighter. Sarah and I had been married 6 years. Our love had once been a carefully woven tapestry of shared dreams and gentle compromises. But lately, the threads were beginning to pull apart. The late nights at her office, the silence that lingered between us, the subtle way she recoiled when I touched her, it all gnawed at me, feeding doubts I couldn't shake. And I wasn't proud of what I'd done. Clara had been a moment of weakness, a fleeting distraction, a spark I should have smothered before it burned too deep, a mistake I thought I had buried. "You've been distant," Sarah said, setting her fork down carefully. The metallic clink against the plate sounded final, like a gavel striking. "Is there something you're not telling me?" Her green eyes, once soft and full of warmth, now glinted with suspicion. "I'm just stressed. I managed, my mouth dry as dust. Work's been brutal." She nodded slightly, but the tight line of her lips told me she didn't believe it. The clock ticked louder, each second a reminder of the moment she'd reached for my phone. I met Clara 3 months ago at a conference. Her laughter had been unguarded, bright, a startling contrast to the heavy quiet that filled my home. It started innocently enough, coffee breaks, casual chatter about work, but soon those talks stretched into late-night texts. Her words became a lifeline to the loneliness I hadn't wanted to admit existed. I kept telling myself it was harmless, just a bit of flirting, nothing real. But then came the late-night calls, the whispered confessions, the kiss in that hotel bar, and the line between right and wrong vanished. I'd ended it 2 weeks ago, deleted her number, blocked her on everything. But that notification tonight, Clara's name lighting up my phone, meant she wasn't finished. Sarah stood abruptly, her chair scraping against the hardwood floor, the sound grating on my nerves. "I'm going to take a shower," she said flatly, her eyes searching mine for cracks. I nodded, my fingers twitching toward the phone as she disappeared down the hall. The hiss of water filled the silence, a steady roar that gave me only a brief window. My hands trembled as I unlocked the phone. Clara's message glared up at me like a warning light. "I miss you. Why are you ignoring me?" My stomach twisted. I deleted the text immediately, thumb hovering over the block button again, but guilt made me hesitate. What if Sarah saw this? What if she already knew? The apartment suddenly felt smaller, the walls closing in as the sound of the shower echoed faintly. I scrolled to the message thread, erasing every trace, every hey, every late-night reply sent when my judgment was weakest. My heart raced with each deletion, as if I could wipe away the proof of my betrayal. But guilt doesn't delete easily. The truth was a stain that no amount of swiping could clean. I hadn't just betrayed Sarah with Clara, I betrayed her with every lie I'd told myself. That I deserved attention. That Sarah's distance somehow justified mine. The weight of it pressed hard on my chest. Shame mixed with fear, suffocating. When Sarah returned, her hair damp, her skin flushed from steam, she looked fragile, but her eyes were steady. "I'm going through your phone tonight," she said quietly, voice calm but unyielding. My breath caught. A dozen excuses clawed their way up, but none made it past my lips. "Why?" I managed, my voice cracking. She crossed her arms, her robe slipping slightly off one shoulder. A sight that once filled me with warmth, now only reminded me of what I'd risked. "Because I don't trust you anymore," she said. Her words cut clean and deep. "I see how you guard that phone. The way you look at it when you think I'm not watching." The room spun, her voice echoing in my head. I wanted to say I loved her, that it was over, that I was trying to make things right. But the truth was too tangled, and any denial would only make the noose tighter. Sarah, She raised a hand. Don't, she said. Just give me the phone. My hands shook as I handed it over. The device felt heavier than ever, full of secrets I could no longer hide. Her fingers brushed mine, and the touch of her wedding ring stung like a burn, a promise I'd shattered. She sat on the couch, the screen's glow illuminating her face as she scrolled. The silence was unbearable, broken only by the faint tapping of her finger. My mind raced through every memory, every deleted message, every call I might have missed. Had I erased it all? Did Clara send something else? The uncertainty squeezed around my chest like a vice. I stood motionless, watching Sarah's expression, waiting for a sign, a flinch, a tear, anything. But she stayed unreadable, calm in a way that terrified me more than anger ever could. Minutes dragged on like hours. Then, a soft, sharp intake of breath. She looked up. Her eyes glistened with tears she hadn't yet let fall. "Who's Clara?" she whispered, voice trembling. My knees gave out, and I sank into the nearest chair. The weight of it all crashed down. "She's nobody," I stammered, the lie weak and useless under her stare. Sarah's face twisted, hurt and fury colliding. "Nobody," she spat. "Then why is there a voicemail from her dated last night, saying she loves you?" The world tilted. A voicemail? I hadn't seen it. She must have called after I blocked her. "Sarah, it's not what you think," I pleaded, but even to my own ears, it sounded hollow. She pressed play. Clara's voice filled the room, soft, intimate. Each word another nail sealing the coffin of our marriage. "I know you're trying to push me away, but I love you. I'm not giving up." Sarah's hand trembled as she set the phone down. Her gaze locked on me, searching, maybe for a trace of truth, maybe for a reason not to break. I ended it. I said hoarsely, "I swear I did. It was a mistake. Sarah, I was lonely and you were gone." Her face crumpled, and for the first time, I saw the raw depth of her pain, not just from the betrayal, but from how far apart we drifted long before Clara. "I was gone," she whispered. "I was working, trying to keep us above water. And you found someone else." Tears streamed down her cheeks. I wanted to reach for her, to hold her, but the distance between us was already too wide. She stood, the phone slipping from her hand, hitting the floor with a dull thud. "I trusted you," she said softly. "I thought we were enough." Then she turned away, walking toward the bedroom, each step deliberate, final. The door closed behind her with a faint click, a sound that echoed like a gunshot. I sat there in the dim light, the silence pressing down like a weight I couldn't bear. The phone lay on the floor, screen dark. But Clara's voice still echoed in my head, a ghost I couldn't drive away. And then another buzz, a new message, a photo from Clara, the two of us together in that hotel bar. Her radiant smile frozen in time, proof of the one mistake that had just destroyed everything.